What is going on, college sports fans? Welcome back to another video. And yesterday was an absolutely crazy day in college basketball, as for the first time in history, all top 6 teams lost in the same day. So I was watching a few of these games myself. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about these games, what it means for the tournament, how some of these top teams might have weaknesses that they haven't shown before. Real quick, I just want to say subscribe if you guys are new. We're getting really close to 1,000, so help your boy out. We're going to have a new bracket that we're filling out tomorrow. It's going to be out on this channel tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it, man. First game, we got to start off with the number 1 team. We got Gonzaga versus St. Mary's, and I was watching this game, or this game, and the Gales really did control this entire game. And it started with the defense. They were very aggressive and a very good, disciplined defensive team. And they shut down Drew Timme. He didn't have a single. They're a really disciplined team, and they have a lot of experience. They have some senior guards. That's what you look for when it comes around for March Madness. So definitely look out for them whenever you're making your bracket. As far as Gonzaga, I think this shows a major weakness. If you can shut down Drew Timme and Chet Holmgren, easier said than done, you can have a real shot at this game. I mean, Gonzaga's guards, they still scored 14, 16, and 15 points, but shutting down the inside, shutting down the paint, man, that is probably the key. If you can play aggressive defense on their big men, you can have a real shot at this game. And you also have to be disciplined on offense, get into the paint, have good ball movement, and yeah, the Gales orchestrated this perfectly. They had an excellent game plan. They played to their strength, and that makes me think, look out for these teams like Texas Tech, Houston, maybe even San Diego State. If they're like a 9 or an 8 seed and they have to play Gonzaga in the second round, sneaky upset pick, man, because San Diego State is a team who's very defensively disciplined, a lot like St. Mary. So that could be a matchup that Gonzaga won't really want to see, because Gonzaga likes to go, and a team like St. Mary's, they like to slow down the pace on them, and that's what they did, and they controlled this entire game, and they came out with the win. So excellent game. I thought it was awesome to see, and yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the next game. Alright guys, here is our next game. Number 2, Arizona lost to the Colorado Buffs, man, and this was on senior night in Boulder. They came to play, man, and in my opinion, they just came in. They played harder than Arizona. I don't knock Arizona too much at all for this loss. You are bound to lose a game now and again, and I think this could actually benefit Arizona going into the tournament, losing a game like this. And now we'll see how they respond to it. If they respond to it by, winning out the regular season and winning the Pac-12 championship, then I'll think, okay, yeah, Arizona, they're ready for the tournament now. And this was just kind of more I don't want to say a fluky game, but it was definitely more of a fluky game than the St. Mary's game. I think St. Mary's beating Gonzaga would happen more times out of 10 than Colorado beating Arizona. I just think that Colorado on this night, yesterday, came to play harder than Arizona. They wanted it more. It was senior night. Their man Beatty was getting hyped. They were getting turnovers. It was all working out for him, and they played an excellent game. And I don't want to take anything away from Colorado, but I do think that Arizona, I'm not going to knock them too much for this one. I think that they will be back with themselves by next game. So, also, it could mean for Colorado, are they in the tournament hunt now? I'd say they'd still probably have to go to the Pac-12 championship game at least. I think if they win the Pac-12 championship game, they are in, but they're going to have to win a lot of games without winning the Pac-12 championship. They're probably going to have to win out the regular season and go all the way to the championship game to even have a chance without winning the Pac-12 championship. So still a lot of work to do for the Buffs, but hey, they definitely helped their case a lot with this win. Alright guys, now let's talk about number 3, Auburn, losing to the Vols. And the Vols are a great team, man, so I actually don't knock Auburn too much. This is very much less of an upset than the other two. The Vols are a great team. They beat Kentucky this year. They beat good teams this year, and the Volunteers, man, I need to start looking at them to maybe make a run in the tournament. But Auburn, Jabari Smith played a hell of a game. They probably should have went to him a little bit more as he finished with 27. But Tennessee's ball movement, was excellent. They were knocking down their free throws, which is good to see. And defensively, they did not let Auburn hit many threes at all. Like, Auburn did not shoot well from the three-point line this game, and they played great defense on the three-point line. Tennessee, they played hard, man. They are knocking down their free throws, like I said. Great ball movement, great execution. They spread the ball around. Many players were scoring on this team. It was like the box score was spread around. It was a great game by Tennessee, and I definitely need to look at them as potentially making a deep run in the tournament. As for Auburn, couple of losses as of late to Florida. Tennessee, this is definitely like the one loss that is like, okay, it's not like a crazy upset, but their other two in conference, Arkansas and Florida, were a little bit more upsetty. But Arkansas looking like a great team now, a lot better. So hopefully Auburn can get back to their way that they were a couple of weeks ago. Like, is this a team that maybe peaked too early? We'll have to find out. We'll see how they respond to this and how they respond in the SEC tournament. And that's going to determine a lot for me whenever I'm making my bracket as to how far Auburn goes. So either way, Tennessee, great win. This was a great game. Jabari Smith still had a hell of a game. And, yeah, Auburn can definitely bounce back from this. Let's see if they can get back to how they were playing a few weeks ago when they were the number 1 team in the country. Guys, now number 4 also lost today. And Purdue, man, this was just an off game to me for them. I think that they only hit 1 3-pointer the entire game, which is uncharacteristic by them. Zach Edey still had a great game, but hey, Michigan State came to play, man. They were playing excellent defense, and a lot like Tennessee, they spread the ball around, man. Like the spreadsheet, the box sheet is like spread around as far as points, and Max Christie hit a game winner at the end. It was tied at 65 still. Even though Purdue was kind of having an off game and Michigan State was playing great defense, Max Christie still had to hit that game winner to give them to the win. So I don't knock Purdue too much for this one either. I think that both these teams have potential to make a little bit of a tournament run, especially Purdue. I mean, they have championship potential, in my opinion. They can't have an off game like this when it comes to the tournament team, though, because every single game, teams are going to be playing hard. So, like I said with Auburn, we'll see if Purdue can get back to kind of how they were, and especially in the Big Ten tournament. Like, what happens in these conference tournaments are going to determine a lot for me about what's going to happen in my bracket and who I'm going to pick to go far. So, yeah, Purdue off game. Let's see if they can bounce back. Michigan State, huge win to help them bounce back up a couple of seeds maybe in the bracketology. So, good win there for the Sparty. All right, and now probably, I'm not sure if we consider this an upset considering it was in Waco and Baylor is still the 10th ranked team. But I want to talk about all these games. Still a great game, and Abachi played awesome, especially throughout the first half. Kansas got up to an early start. It looked like it could turn into a Kansas game where they control it the whole time, but Baylor did not give up, and they started to come back, and it was a close game throughout. They pulled away in the end. Flo Thamba had a huge game, and I thought that Kansas probably could have got it down in the post to McCormick a little bit more. They were trying to, but it's hard to get an angle down there, man. But when Baylor runs those small lineups, like if they don't have Flo Thamba in, then you definitely have to get it down in the post to McCormick whenever you're going against them. But yeah, Abachi made some big plays, just wasn't enough down the stretch. So these two split the season series, and yeah, I mean, Baylor is a very good team. Again, I don't knock Kansas too much for this loss. If they can get back to their ways, they might have another shot at Baylor in the Big 12 tournament. Who knows if they'll meet again in the Big 12 championship. Texas Tech, Texas, there's some good teams in there, man. So who's gonna be in the Big 12 championship game? But if they match up again, I'd love to see round 3 of these teams go at it. Finally, our last upset of the day, we had the Arkansas Razorbacks knock off the Wildcats here at home. And to me, another good game. I mean, I don't knock Kentucky too much for this loss either. Oscar Tshiebwe went off. He had 30, and he had 18 rebounds. I mean, he was playing his butt off, playing awesome. Arkansas just, they were going. J.D. Node, man. This guy is special. And you look for some of these guards in March Madness that could take over tournament games, and J.D. Node might be one of those players. He had 30 piece himself tonight. They look like a solid team, way better than what I thought that they were at the beginning of the season. Ever since that big Auburn win, they have been playing amazing, and I think they are a team that could go to the Sweet 16, if not further. Like, Arkansas is a great team, and they're proving to me right now they can go far in this tournament. So yeah, man, that is going to do it for this video. I just kind of want to talk about these upsets, what it could mean. I'm going to have a new bracket out tomorrow, so make sure you are on the lookout for that. A lot of shakeups with all of yesterday's game results, so make sure you guys subscribe. Almost to 1,000 subs. We're building an awesome community here on the channel for college sports, so help your boy out. And yeah, I'm hyped for March Madness more than ever after these upsets, man. It's not even March yet. Let's go.